Hi there, my name is Addis and I'm the owner of AK Digital, and I help coaches, consultants grow their businesses. I also help young people get into remote sales by becoming appointment setters and making from 1,000 to 500 euros a month. And in this video, I'm going to show you a framework that has worked perfectly fine for me. It is battle tested, working really good. It has allowed me to book almost 1,000 sales calls in 2 years' time. And for me, for my clients, and this video is for you if you are an appointment setter, if you are in remote sales, if you have an agency, if you are a business owner that wants to get more appointments. So this has worked very, very well. It is an inbound framework. Inbound, it can be also used for outbound. Like the principles are similar, just a few changes. So yeah, let's just dive and talk about that framework. So here I have some proof, 554 events, my account, here 66 on call.com, hundreds of appointments booked for clients. You could also see that on my YouTube channel. Also, because of this skill, I basically managed to scale to 10K a month with my second business from scratch, using this framework. So yeah, let's just dive into it. So the first thing is finding what matters most to a prospect, to them, to a follower, or let's say you find a lead on Instagram or LinkedIn and you want to make him your client and check if he is a good fit. So what you do is you just text your first name, what made you follow me? So you're going to get hint at their goal, pull the thread, expand on it. So first step is North Star, right? So majority of times, let's say like in my situation, I'm getting followers and I'm using the strategy and the conversion rates are great. And it also works for the outbound, so you could just change it. If we're talking about outbound, you could compliment them in the first opener, compliment them and tell them that you could send something valuable, like how you scaled, how you helped this client go from 0 to 10,000 euros a month, for instance. And ideally, use some kind of pattern interrupt. Write first message a bit different than other people. So you need to have some kind of pattern interrupt. So as I said, it works for inbound. So when you are getting leads coming to you and just changing a few things, it will work for outbound. So like changing the first message, right? For the outbound. Then, once we understand why they followed you, and then what you need to do is expand the North Star, right? So now let's say we understand that their goal is to get in a better shape. If you're an appointment setter that is setting for a fitness coach, you get, let's say the prospect says they want to get in a better shape. Then you ask, why is that important to you? How could that change your life? And this creates leverage, and don't accept surface answers. Then timeline on the North Star. And after this, after showing you this, I'm going to show you a real, like, not a real example, but just an example of the conversation. So timeline on the North Star. How long have they wanted this? The longer, the more pain. For example, how long have you been thinking about this? So what you could also do is, I'm going to give you this framework. It's going to be down below. And actually, like if you want to get it, you could just like send me a message on Instagram, 11-step framework, and I could just send it there. Is going to be easier. So yeah, so as I said, timeline on the North Star, and what you could be using is AI to generate different type of questions. Let's say this could be a question to ask, and you could ask ChatGPT or another AI to generate different kind of questions and just test it while chatting with prospects, right? So one time you could ask this, another time you could ask a question a little bit different to that, and just test it. And then eventually, like in a few months, you're going to find like the winning script, you're going to get better at it. So yeah. Then optional, dream outcome. Let's say they gave you a term, how to say, a time frame on how long they've been thinking about this. And let's say optional, you could use the dream outcome scenario. So if they only gave pain, now explore pleasure. If you lost the weight, if you lost weight, what would that mean for you? Then they're going to say, oh, I'm going to feel very good, very confident, etc. And then struggle, admit defeat, get them to admit why they haven't achieved it yet. So how come you haven't made it happen yet? Then they're going to give an answer. Then how long has that been an issue for you? Then expanding the struggle, go deeper once, not too much. Why haven't you been able to fix your diet, let's say? Then urgency, since this has been going for years, months, or days, why do you want to make a change now? Then micro commitment, get them to admit they might need help. Have you thought about getting help with this? They're going to, some of the times they're going to give an objection like, um, I never thought about getting help and I think I could do it myself or something like that. It depends on the context. But sometimes like you're going to need to handle the objections. But here, let's say in the micro commitment phase, you ask, have you thought about getting help with this? Then they're going to get an answer, give you an answer, and then you could say, makes sense. I can show you how I usually help people like you. Instead of back and forth, want me to break it down on a quick call. So what I like to do, and in appointment setting, it works really, really well. Instead of framing the call as a sales call, free 45-minute discovery call, shit like that, you just need to, let's say, if they've given you a goal or a problem, you could just say, I can see that I have 30 minutes today between meetings. I could show you how I helped a client lose 20 kilos in I don't know, 3 months, 4 months. And then it's going to be framed differently. It's not going to be framed like a typical sales call and etc., where people would just it wouldn't make them feel good. Like hopping on a sales call, they are going to understand that there's going to be probably pressure, etc. So better way, like I found that it is working way better for me, is just framing it differently, right? So instead of like a sales call, instead of consultation, instead of like free 45-minute discovery call, where almost everyone is offering that, you could just say, look, I have 30, 40 minutes or 15 minutes today or tomorrow. You could say, between meetings, I can show you how to fix that or how to reach that goal or something like that. And you just give the value. You at the same time do a discovery. You could do a discovery call. Like it's just, the thing is that if you're going to give value on that call, they're going to trust you more. And then you could schedule a discovery call or do like a discovery call on that call, like because you're going to give value in those 15 to 20 minutes or 30 minutes, and then they're going to trust you more. And then you could and then what I was doing is, after that, like I would say, like once I given them value, they are grateful, and then like it's easier for me to ask a few questions about their current situation, about their other goals or that goal, and then I would just tell them that I could definitely help you reach that, and then just like talking about the, like either like asking if it's all right if I can pitch you, stuff like that, and just like then pitching them and closing a client. It just works great because you give value up front. So I truly recommend you doing this thing. If you're like an appointment setter, I would highly discuss it with where you are like hired as a setter, and talk that it's smart to give value up front, to make like a short call where you give value, and then after that move forward and then see what you can do about it. So this is going to just make the like this is going to make help you book way more appointments. And then pitch help plus pitch call. So as I said, I mean, this is what we've talked about now. So pitch help plus pitch call. But frame it differently, right? Frame it in a different way. It's going to increase the likelihood of them showing up to the calls. It's going to increase, like, they're not going to see it as a sales call. It's going to be better. But at the same time, I would highly, and what I was doing is adding qualification questions as well. Like, if ever, let's say, also, like, prior to that, somewhere you could ask a question. Okay, if you could solve this problem, if you could actually know that we could solve you this problem, would you be able to pay? Would you be able to invest into yourself, into this to solve this problem, 4 digits figure, let's say, something like that, let's say 1,000 or more euros, to that? I can actually give you an example real quick. Yeah, for some reason I couldn't find it. But the thing is that you still need to have some qualification process if you're an appointment setter before, or if you're booking an appointment for yourself or your agency, you still need to have some kind of qualification process. So what I was just doing, like, once I see that in terms of context, I could ask a question like, let's say, for my mentorship, you need to have, let's say, you need to speak English good, right? So I ask that in the DMs once I see that it makes sense to ask that question. Sometimes I do that like after they book a call, because, like, in my case, majority of them knows how to speak in English. Majority of young people, like I don't know, 1 out of 10 or 1 out of 15 people don't speak English that good. The people that I get with my inbound content or ads. So then I just like either cancel a call or just give them like some trainings or something like that, so they could like improve their English quicker. So yeah, so this is what I do. So I still have qualification process. Like, here you don't see qualification questions basically in the framework. So as I said, I put it somewhere. I ask a question about money, if they have the finances. Or another way to go with is, and this is what I also do, and it depends on my situation on business. Let's say now I have a when I send a cal.com link, they they're going to watch a video like 2 or 3 minutes long, 1 or 3 minutes long, and I'm saying to them that don't book a call with me if you don't have at least like 500 euros to invest into yourself, right? So this is another like qualification process. So if you're setting for some company or a business owner or fitness coach, you could also, like, if they are not using that, if they don't do like, if they don't have like questions in the calendar link on Calendly or call.com, if they don't ask questions like how much you would be able to invest, like, let's say, or something like that, you could recommend them doing that. So I started doing that as well. Like, in the past, I was also doing that. So it depends, it depends on the situation that I was in. But sometimes I just ask those qualification questions in the DMs. Sometimes they just like answer them while they have booked a call, and if I see that we are not a fit in the first like minutes of them, let's say, booking a call with me, if I get answers that I don't want to see when they book that call, I'm just going to cancel them. Yeah. So yeah, so I hope it makes sense to you. So yeah, I hope it makes sense. Here we have pitch calendar. So drop your link and end with a question. Perfect. Here's my link. What time works best for you? And do ton of follow-ups if needed. Like, I like to do a lot of follow-ups, and you probably have a bad belief on it. If you're still not booking enough calls as a setter, or just in general for your business, if you're an agency owner, what you need to understand is, I can give you an example. There are two people. One believes that follow-ups are bad to do. You look desperate by doing that. And because of this belief, he has different actions. he will do less follow-ups, or he are not going to do follow-ups, then he's going to get different results, less appointments booked, and he's getting the feedback that by not doing follow-ups, he's getting less appointments. And we have another person who thinks that follow-ups are great and it's important to do a lot of follow-ups. And because of his different belief, he's going to do different action. He's going to do more follow-ups. His results are going to be different, and he's going to get a feedback because of this process. So which one do you think are going to book more appointments? Person A, who thinks that booking follow-ups are bad, or person B, who thinks follow-ups are great? Obviously, person B is going to book more calls. So I just given you a great example why you should do a ton of follow-ups, and it has helped me book a lot of appointments. Obviously, I'm still not at the situation where I want to be. I still want to grow more, and I just need to focus more on content, have a bigger ad budget to get more followers, more leads, and etc. So yeah, but this has worked very well for me. I have invested thousands into mentors, and I could say that this framework is phenomenal. And I talked with other growth operators, managers, or other appointment setters that are killing in the space. I talked with them, and they all agree that this framework is insane. So I can't stress enough how great this works. So if you want it, you can send a message, 11-step framework on my Instagram. It's going to be down below, and I could send it to you. And now here we have a role play example. So it is a short one, but it is a basic one. It is an inbound example. Outbound, as I told you, opener could be different. And then some of the things could be also like tailored more to the outbound. But yeah, let's dive into it. So role play example. So let's say you are an appointment setter or a business owner, and you receive the follower. So you say, your first name, I'm curious, what made you follow? You're going to get a North Star. I want freedom, tired of 9 to 5. Gotcha, what does freedom mean for you? Expand, being able to travel and not answer to a boss. This is like their North Star, right? Like this is why they want to have a change. This is why they followed you. And how long have you thinking about this timeline? They're going to reflect on it as well. They're going to, let's say 2 or 3 years, and they're going to think, oh, wow, 2 or 3 years, I haven't been living how I wanted. And you say that's a while. So here in the process, I would highly suggesting you not being, how to even explain that, just be, even on the sales calls, like while I'm doing a discovery phase, I'm being serious. If they say they haven't been living their life for 1 or 2 years, I'm going to be like serious, like it's nothing good here as well. In here, like in the chats, you don't need to say, oh, that's nothing, 2 or 3 years, like everything is going to be good, or etc. Like you don't want to be like that. You need to in some kind of way emphasize the pain. I wouldn't say, or I could say, create pain, but in an ethical way. Like more, yeah, I would more say emphasizing the pain that they have, like exposing the pain that they are in, like making them realize that they are in pain, right? Like here, like that's a while. What stopped you from making it happen so far? So they're going to be more aware now, reflected on it, understanding that it's been a lot of time, like because they haven't, like a lot of time of not living the life they want. Let's say scared of wasting money and time. This could be a potential objection coming in the way. And how long that has been holding you back? Pretty much the whole time, 2 to 3 years. Since it's been years, why do you want to make a change now instead of later? If they're going to, let's see, this is powerful, because they're going to admit that yeah, I want to make a change now. They're going to give a reason why they want to make a change now, because it's important to make the prospect understand that they understand that they need to make a change. So you're putting urgency here, right? So because if I don't start now, I'll waste another year stuck. So this is the reason why they should book a call. And then makes sense. Have you ever thought about getting help with this? Um, Micro commitment, which is great, and sometimes they're going to give an objection that you need to handle. And then yeah, just don't know who to trust. Totally, there are scammers, so acknowledgement, so understanding their situation, but there are also real mentors. I can show you how we usually help people like you get started. Want me to break it down on a quick call? I see that I have 20 minutes between meetings today. Then he says or she, sure, and perfect. Here's my calendar. What time works better for you, today or tomorrow? And just yeah, you book a call. So final notes, this framework, high booking rate, 90% if done right. Like I can't stress enough how great does it work. It also like depends, as I said, if you're using a calendar where you have questions, right? So you don't need to have like qualification process here. You could just send the leads to a booking link, and then they're going to pick like answer the questions, right? Qualification questions, and then you either cancel the call or you leave them. So as I said, high booking rate. If you are going to do it too short, booked calls equals book calls that don't close. Keep that in mind as well. Too long, ghosted. Find the sweet spot. Sometimes you will need to do it quicker, like send a booking link quicker. Some of the times you will need to take longer to chat with them, and always adjust to the offer you're setting for. So learn this, practice this, use it in your DMs. So yeah, this is how I managed to book this many calls. This is what I'm teaching my students, my clients, or setters that I'm coaching for my business. It is working really well. So if you want this framework, I could send it. Just send me a message on Instagram, 11-step framework. And yeah, and if you have found this video valuable, leave a like, subscribe, and yeah, see you in the next video. Cheers, bye.